The vision for the project was a place that my wife and I could live a quiet, retired kind of a life with room for visitors. We have a lot of family, and because of the proximity to the monastery, we wanted to be able to accommodate the overnight visitors that come through on a pretty regular basis. That's how we ended up with the design that has this courtyard and these rooms that encircle it. Dale was, from the very beginning, a very responsive architect. I remember the first time I contacted him, which I think was by email, he got right back to me and had a very calming sort of manner, was very intuitive and very interested in what my wife and I were thinking, what we wanted to achieve, what our goals were. He was an extremely good listener and very attentive. Dale sets the tone. And I would just describe it as a very relaxed experience that really, draws out of you what you're thinking, but you hadn't really expressed it. We kind of went in with okay, we want this many rooms, or we want this many square feet, or we want the kitchen this size and this kind of appliance. And, Dale would listen to that and then kind of come up with some things that we hadn't even really thought about, but as soon as he suggested them, it was pretty apparent that he understood what we were wanting without being able to really articulate. I was really blown away by his initial schematic concept, the bird's eye, because we had talked about a lot of the elements that are incorporated into that, but it was just really beyond any vision that I had for the project. I think the courtyard is really the classic sort of central focal point of the home. It's just a delightful space. I think the minute you walk into the courtyard, you get this sense of calm and peacefulness. And then, of course, when you open up the front door and you go into the main room with the cathedral vaulted ceiling and the timbers, the massive timbers that support it, that's probably my second favorite. Maybe they're a close tie. I think that if you had the time to plan your own home and to build your own home, that you would definitely want to use an architect instead of trying to buy something off the shelf that might be a beautiful home, but it really wasn't designed for you or your family or your situation or your time in the time in your life. And I can't imagine doing it any other way.
Our client, they have a desire, they have something that they want to do, and it's usually something intended to be something very special for them. Any home is that way, So often these projects have something very unique about the site. So when we're working on that together with them, I don't know, we just end up getting very excited about it. We like creating things, and we like creating something that's for somebody, and it's a specific thing that's tied into what their needs are. There's so many things about it that are just very satisfying, and it's like you're all on this same mission together with the client and everybody else that's involved with the construction and everything, to design and build and create this place that is going to be, it kind of takes a life of its own, that it somehow is better than anybody could have imagined. And this is sort of just the way it seems to work out, because clients are motivated to do something that's really special, and their reasons for doing it are personal and not about creating some kind of abstract it's not abstract to them, it's very personal. It's where they're going to live, they're going to relax, it's a retreat, and for us to be able to help them with that, it's a dream. It's kind of like living a dream, I think a lot of it had to do with just trying to really understand why they're doing it, what's driving them, and then just trying to bring everything that we know about architectural solutions and things, and creating this and taking them through a process that takes a long time, but then a year later you're looking and it's like, it's kind of the birth pains, you kind of forget about it, and you have this beautiful place and you're just enjoying it and really connecting to the dream that they first kind of began to envision. So it's just a really satisfying process. It's really, really hard, but also satisfying too.